check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, Deontay Wilder went on the Boxing Voice and doubled down on basically what has been said from his camp, is that he don't have any intentions of fighting Anthony Joshua because they disrespected him several times, and pretty much he gonna punish the fans, for not making the fight happen. But let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellow Sports TV in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. I'll link that in the description. It's a real long interview. Source in the description. And Deontay Wilder got a big head right now. You know what I'm saying? He think he the Don Dada boxing. He think he, Floyd Mayweather. Just like when Rick Ross said, I think I'm Big Meech. He think he Mayweather, bro. And at the end of the day, I don't condone the shit that he pulling, bro. Like I said before, man, in due time, when light shine on the real, either you gonna shine or you gonna just fade into the black and try to backpedal. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. I don't have a relationship with Deontay Wilder. Don't care to have one with him or any other boxer, to be honest. And at the end of the day, he a mark. Right now, he a punk. He backing away. He shying away from Anthony Joshua. He trying to use all these excuses where they disrespected me before. They disrespected me all these different times, and they didn't want it then, but all of a sudden they want it now. What does it matter? What does it matter if they wanted? If they didn't want it then, they want it now. To me, it don't matter. Right now, you ducking. All right, you trying to punish the fans because of Eddie Hearn and what Joshua did to y'all. At the end of the day, if they're ready to fight, we don't care about none of that other ish that's going on. Real talk. We don't care about it. Make the fucking fight happen. There's too many fights not happening in the sport of boxing, and maybe this could be the domino that could get the big fights going. But at the end of the day, he ducking. There's no two ways around it, bro. He ducking. And a lot of people ain't going to want to hear that. A lot of people going to try to go back to history. Oh, look how they treated him, man. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery, all right? It don't matter how they treated Deontay Wilder. Okay, then. Really don't. It don't. At the end of the day, what about today? If they willing to make and give you a fair deal right now, fight them. Because we know one thing for sure is that Showtime and Fox is not putting money up for Deontay Wilder. John Skipper and the Zone is, and Rushton. They fronting the bag. They willing to give Deontay Wilder more money than he's ever made. They willing to front the bag. What's the problem? And now Deontay Wilder's putting up excuse after excuse after excuse. That's what it is. That's what it is. You didn't argue with your homeboy before, or you didn't got mistreated before. I mean, it's like, labor negotiations, man. You might walk into Delta and they trying to do a union or whatever. They might, let's say they formed a union, quote unquote, right? And, Delta said, everybody can start off at 13. They like, no, with inflation and living wage, everybody should start off at 16 or 17. You know what I'm saying? And then Delta might come back and say, oh, y'all trying to play hardball? We'll give y'all 12 then, 11. And they see Delta, the union ain't backing down. So they come to an agreement. You know what I'm saying? Say, okay, we give y'all 16.5, 16 and a half. All right, we cool with that. That we'll take it. Even though they disrespected them and they played hardball with them, just in this hypothetical, it didn't stop them from hashing out a deal. It didn't stop them from throwing their differences to the side and still working out a deal. It don't work like that's how negotiations work. Well, Errol Spence said you never go for the first offer. Of course the first offer gonna be a low ball. They gonna see, how low you willing to go, or how hungry, how thirsty you really is for a fight. In the beginning, Deontay Wilder was thirsty because you know why? He didn't have shit to lose. He didn't have the popularity that he had now. He didn't. He didn't have a name that he had now. Now people recognizing, like he the real deal. And like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from his talent. I still believe he ice AJ. But you know what? He making a mistake. His pride is gonna be his downfall. And his downfall don't necessarily mean he loses to Anthony Joshua and the other fighter. His pride is necessarily mean that Anthony Joshua might lose. And then they go to fight. Because Usyk, if he get acclimated to the heavyweight division, Usyk is probably the most skilled heavyweight. Not saying that makes him the best. But it wouldn't be out the realm of possibility that he beat Anthony Joshua like he beat Joe Joyce in the World Series of Boxing, and then there go your fight. And then you sitting there looking with the gas face. But now he letting business pump him up. Same thing they did to Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the maturation process in boxing these days. You know, when you in the position of C side or B side, or you a younger coming up, you want to clap everything that's moving. You want all the smoke. But as soon as you touch some money, as soon as you get a little status, then you stop taking risks. And that's how boxing has been, you know, throughout the years. You know, I ain't got to take risks like that no more. I ain't got to go to other people's hometown. You know, and Wilder feeling like he the boss, but really, you ain't the boss of shit. You feel me? You ain't the boss. Like, nigga, you ain't Mayweather. Everybody think they Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think they, you know, it could be $1 billion fight on the boxing. $1 billion fight? Are you smoking dick? Real talk. Nigga, it's barely $100 million fight. The zone is overcompensating, and he's in the business of marinating. He's in the business of marinating the fight. You know, and like I said before I did stream yesterday, your favorite fighter thinks just like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman just real enough to admit it. Here you go, Deontay Wilder. Openly admitting marinating. He ain't as big as he think he is. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be his downfall. Is you go ahead, like I said yesterday on the stream, you go ahead and knock off AJ, you're going to get overcompensated. You're going to get way more money than you get in the fight Dillian White, Ortiz, Fury. You're only going to raise the status up. So right now, he willing to fight Luis Ortiz for pennies on a dollar on what he would get if he beat AJ. If he beat AJ in spectacular fashion, the zone might offer him a contract. You know, Showtime might be willing to offer him a contract. ESPN might be willing to offer him a big contract. You know, Fox may say, shit, we need to invest into this man. You know what? We'll give you a minimum of $20 million a fight. We give a Mayweather-esque type of deal. Not saying it'll be a Mayweather deal. So every fight you fight after that is big money. But if you go ahead and eliminate the chessboard right now, you beat everybody for cheap, and you want AJ eliminate everybody for cheap, who else you going to fight after AJ? Because I know you want to get to 50-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fight Luis Ortiz right now, I don't know, let's say you get, $12 million. Like, shit, somebody might guarantee you $30 million to fight Ortiz after Anthony Joshua because you got all the belts. Dillian White, Sky might pay you 20, 25, 30 million to fight him, or BT Sports. They might pay you that to fight them, knowing they going to get that money because now that you beat Anthony Joshua, you got all the belts, you got a status. So you would rather get, cheap, you rather fight these dudes for low ball offers on the front end. But if you beat AJ, all the money, all them fights are big money fights after that. But you can't tell them shit. You can't. He gonna sit there and marinate this shit, talking about, I'll get $100 million off this fight. Yup. Watch how the boxing guys do your ass. They gonna bless your ass with an L. One of them. And at this point, I don't care if it's Wilder or Joshua. I want one of them to lose. To set the precedent, to set the standard, to set the edge on that, like, stop this marinating shit. And a lot of people gonna just go with the flow because they Wilder fans. I'm not looking at it from a fan point standpoint. I'm looking at it from, like, nigga, I want to see the best fights. And at the end of the day, he fraudulent. I hate to say it. He fraudulent. He a businessman. They didn't put a suit and tie on this dude. You know what I'm saying? They put one of them clip-on ties on him. He want to sit here and talk that bullshit, man. Nigga, you ain't big. You ain't no Mayweather, bro. You ain't even Pacquiao. You ain't even Sugar Ray Leonard in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? You ain't Mike Tyson. You ain't Holyfield. You ain't Riddick Bowe. Get that shit out your mind. Like, you a king. Like, nigga, no, you not. Back in the day, you would be a fringe top 10 contender. To get king status, you got to fight a king's fight. In the last fight you had of almost that magnitude, now I say that's a prince fight. The last fight you had of that magnitude was Tyson Fury, and you came up short. Nigga, we didn't forget that. They can say what all you want to. I felt you lost the fight. Like I told you, dog, in due time, all these dudes is businessmen. All of them is businessmen. In due time, the truth will come to the light. And the light is shining on Deontay Wilder, and he's a businessman. You know, him and Earl, they act like they was on all the smoke. Like I said before, money changes everything. And Wilder might not never utter money ain't never changed me because he a goddamn lie. But y'all know what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hell Blaze, thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Get 18% off 100% all natural products. Soap lotion, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much more. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if need be. All those links in the description. I'll link the interview on the source link in the description from the Boxing Voice. Check it out one time for the one time. We gone.